Hello and welcome as we continue to poke and prod our way through Omnisphere. In the last video we actually looked at putting together a non-repeating sequence which went something like this. So what we've got here on this one is we've got something that runs at 8 steps, but we are randomly selecting the notes, and it's nice and melodic because we have the last 3 steps as the actual note patterns. So it's 10 semitones up from the root note, 7 semitones, 3 semitones from the root note, so that keeps a nice melodic balance to the chord. It keeps it in the minor key, which is what a lot of electronic ambient stuff that we tend to create is in. It's in the minor key. What I'm going to do now is just introduce something that is called a polyrhythmic sequence. And what I mean by that is when we have one sequence running perfectly on 8 steps, we'll have another sequence that actually runs at a different number of the steps, but it has to be an odd number. So it could be, in this case, 3 steps, 5 steps, or 7 steps. And then when it cycles through, when we get to beat 8 here, if I do 7 steps, beat 8 will actually be beat 2 in that 7 sequence step. So what we're looking here, set this up, we're going to have a look at putting little polysequence together here. So what I've set up beforehand to try and keep this video nice and short is 3 layers all doing different things. This first layer is actually giving the constant beat. Now, the octave shift you can hear is because I'm holding 2 notes down the keyboard. I'm holding middle C and the C below middle C. So that gives a nice tempo. Then I'm going to introduce the random sequence. So it's already taken shape, this, nicely. And on the 3rd sequence, we're actually going to put something with 7 steps in. I'll just take it back one. So if we've got 7 steps, so we get this nice shifting effect that, as I said before, when it gets to step 8, that is actually going to line up with step 2 on this. So when we repeat an 8-step sequence, there is one layer that is going to always be out of step, and so it will sound very different. And it does help if I take the mute off that channel, doesn't it? So we get something like this. So that note repeats these little ratchets here. Very endemic in building school music. Think Tangerine Dream. So that's how you do a nice polyrhythmic sequence. The idea is you set one layer that gives the foundation, so that gives you a nice 1 beat to the bar here. This gives me my randomness, but over 8 steps. And this gives me a straight sequence, but over 7 steps. So when, as I said before, when that gets to step 8 on here, I'm actually playing step 2 on this one, and then I'll keep shifting along one each pass. So there you go, nice very quick simple video to show you how to do a polyrhythmic sequence with an Omnisphere. If you enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, ding that bell, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next one where we'll have a nice little surprise. Until then.